We've got a 1981 KZ750 Limited, and I don't expect anybody that's watching this to have this lift. This is a modified full post automobile lift, and but I wanted to show an oil change on this thing from the bottom, and you don't normally get that. You know, guys trying to hold a camera up underneath and all of that. So we're going to try to do it and just keep this in one take. But anyway, here, KZ750. Now, one thing you have to do is you have to make sure you've got oil. And I've got my oil, but how much? Well, if you look on this particular Kawasaki, you'll see the 3.5L. That's how much oil the thing holds when you change the oil in the filter. And what we've got here is I bought 4 quarts of diesel oil to put in it, and a new Kawasaki filter. So let's get started changing the oil on this thing. Like I said, I don't expect anybody to have a lift set up like this at home, but it beats fumbling around underneath the bike trying to figure out what's going on. Move some stuff out of the way. Under here, the bottom of your engine. On the left, set the camera down to do this better. Okay, pretty horrible camera work here. Anyway, toward the rear of the engine is the oil filter housing. That's right here. And here's the drain plug toward the front. Those are both 17 millimeter, and I suggest using a socket and a ratchet to try to get those loose. A 6-point socket and ratchet. You don't want to strip those. These haven't been stripped, and we're going to try to keep it that way. Let me get a drain pan up under here so we can continue this. Should have had it ready. Sorry about that. First thing we're going to do, anytime you're changing the oil, is reach up here, and we want to is my GoPro going nuts on me? Just reach up and loosen the filler cap. Nothing to it. I want to loosen this to let air flow in so that the oil will come out the bottom quicker. Now I've already run this bike a little bit, not much. Get it kind of warmed up so the oil will flow better. But we'll and we'll see how it works. And I hope you can see everything there. I'm going to go after the drain plug first, which, as I mentioned, is right there. So let's get it loosened and start draining some oil. I'll probably splatter oil all over my camera, but it'll clean up. Now these can sometimes be really tight. That one wasn't bad. I guess the previous owner knew not to Godzilla the thing and put it on there way too tight. Always have a rag or two with you. Now I'm pushing up as I'm unscrewing this to prevent too much of the oil to come out too quickly. splatter all over the place. Now it's at 3.5 liter. That actually equates to about 3.7 quarts, U.S. quarts. Did that from a conversion on Google. All you gotta do is type in 3.7 and it comes out. Now what I'm gonna do is try to reposition the camera and move it out of the way and get the oil filter starting to drain. I can move my drain bucket over far enough to capture hopefully all of the oil. Out of here. This bike's been neglected a little bit. It's been sitting for a few years and I revived it. And now we're just up to, it's time to change the oil. So, with my 17mm wrench once again. And now I'm going to crack this open and oil is going to come out around the perimeter of this large cap. Just like that. Might as well just let it drain a little bit. It's going to get on the exhaust pipe. Hey, that's life. You can wipe it right off after we're finished. I'm in no hurry to drain the oil. Why? Let as much of it come out there as you can. You grab the new oil filter. Kawasaki evidently doesn't ship in overly with their new oil filters. Kind of wish they did, but they don't. Bought this at the local Cali dealer. That's pretty much what it looks like. Now it does make a difference. I think we've drained enough. Normally I would let it drain a lot more, get a lot more of this off. I'm just spinning this free. Yeah, we're getting a lot more oil out now. Yeah, I'm just going to make a mess out of my gloves, but that's why I've got the gloves on. And there's the old oil filter, stuck, as they normally do. That bolt running right through the center is just that, it's a bolt. And there's rubber washers on the top and the bottom of this oil filter. And sometimes they stick. We'll let that drain for a second. Clean my hands and we'll reposition the camera over by the parts cleaner. Hope you all can see that fine. I use nothing but diesel oil in my parts cleaner. It cleans well. It does leave an oily film, so nothing will flash rust on you. Good stuff. And it's inexpensive. You spend a fortune on parts cleaner. $2 a gallon for diesel. Okay, I'm all for that. Get it cleaned up a little bit. I'm going to try to unscrew the oil filter from that bolt right down the center that's holding it. Oh, this one's holding off tight. It's been a few years since this was changed. There it goes, finally letting me unscrew it. And what's inside, you can see that. Kawasaki. It's a metal cup and a spring. Very important, the spring goes against the cover. Some people try to put it up in there with the some people try to put it up there on the other side. That doesn't work. Unbelievable. I just lost the spring down in here somewhere. I'm not seeing it. I'm getting old. Come on. See it when you got good eyes. I'm not seeing. And I know it dropped in. There it is. It's hiding way over in the corner. Like I said, the spring goes on first. And cleaning the outside is really not necessary, but why mess with something that's dirty? Okay, that was no fun. But I got it assembled. Ended up using a lot of fresh motor oil on the grommets, and then I threaded it on, easy to handle, and the grommet stayed in place. So we're good, I think. They were a pain in the butt to get in there though. Go back to the bike. Now here's the O-ring I was talking about that is not included in this particular kit. Anyway, so, give me the kit. The filter, it doesn't seem to matter which way it goes. They're both the same. So I've got a part number on this side. I'm going to put the part number facing out. And the first thing you're doing, why not? You do. Make sure that the surface is clean. I'm also going to put a little bit of oil on the O-ring. I want the sealing surface along the bottom where that O-ring fits to be nice and clean. Then I'm simply going to thread the filter up in there. Now I did already put up just a touch of oil, motor oil. And the light coating of oil on, help them go on a little bit. On the O-ring that's around the, you can put it back on the cover, you can see. So just pushing it on. Thread this in there. Get it down. Spring went in there first. Like I said, you don't need to make these things overly tight. Just get it down all the way. I'll be darned. That washer came for the. This shouldn't came out on me. That's not right. And the other one did too. Now the drain plug, great Kawasaki. So you can in the surface. Some people suggest changing like the glass washer, aluminum or copper washer on the bottom of the plug. Don't subscribe to that personally. That one's not leaking in. I can just do this right. This one won't leak anything. So I'll have to dig the other one out too. You have to get third needle nose or something to get in there and get it. Let's see if I can put this on. 10, 15 foot-pounds of torque is all you need. Get the oil pan out of the way. Clean up any mess we might have put on the pretty much that's it. We take, and we're ready to add the oil in. Okay, I guess you have to be Asian to put these things together. Drop the whole lift and the motorcycle and everything down. So it's just easy to, for me to pour the oil and stuff in. Watching paint dry. I don't know how to put the oil back in the motorcycle. Pause this again. Shouldn't be changing the oil on the motorcycle. I'm going to start out because remember we said it holds 3.5 liters, which is about 3.7 quarts. I'm going to put 3 quarts in it and check the oil level and run the engine a bit. Make sure the oil light goes out. Make sure we got the oil filter filled with oil. Check for leaks. And then after I run it a bit and let it sit for a couple of minutes, I'll top it up. Not all the way to the top on that sight glass. That sight glass is really, that shows absolute full. I've already put in about 2.5 liters, almost 2.5 quarts. Probably 3 quarts in. Check it. It's not showing in the sight glass yet, as I wouldn't expect it to. I expect it to show up there until I get about 3 quarts in it. And then once I run it, the level will probably go down. Almost 2 quarts in it. And I'm not going to get into a discussion about what kind of oil to use. Personally, I use oil that says for a diesel engine because diesels have wet clutches. I will tell you, do not put oil in a metric bike like this that says energy conserving or friction modifiers in the label on the round surface. If it says that, that will cause your clutch to slip. Leave it in there long enough, and you may end up with a motorcycle that you have to replace the clutch plates, friction plates. Not pretty. Got just shy of 3 quarts in it. Take a look. And it's showing about midway up on the sight glass. That's because we haven't run it. We don't have the oil all the way through the engine. Clean that all up. Put the cap on loosely. You don't want to fire this thing up with this cap off, unless you just wanted to wash yourself in oil. I think the fuel's on. It's in neutral. Shut it off now. Looking at the sight glass. Let's see if I can get the camera down there to it so that you can see that a little more easily. and that's the sight glass I was talking about. I should see the oil come up. Because we ran it for a few seconds, it may not show back up in the sight glass. I think I'm starting to see a little bit in the bottom. Yeah, just a trace. Remember, we take 3.5 liters, and I've only put 3 liters in. The oil cans are marked in quarts and liters. So it takes about 3.7 to fill it up. But I don't think, since you really can't get all of the old oil out, I don't think you can actually put 3.7 in it. Anyway, I'm going to add about another half a quart and see where that level is. But there's your oil change in a nutshell. I hope that my idea of showing you what it looked like from the bottom helps. You know, a lot of videos I see of guys trying to crawl on the ground and everything. Now you can change this oil by putting the bike on the center stand, and that's fine. A lot of guys do it. I've done it millions of times. But to actually get up underneath and look, I thought you might think that was interesting. Hey, thanks a lot, guys. I'm going to top this up, and I'm going to take it for a test drive, because these old 750 Cowies are amazing motorcycles. If you ever get a chance to buy one, they are amazing. Plenty of power, real throttle responsive, but the handling is second to none for an old metric bike. All right, see you.